Good morning. Let's see if this streaming is working this morning. I don't think this is actually a consistent push up that we're getting right now. We do have imbalances upside. It does seem like we were holding at 462. We have 3 minutes until New York Brinks session opens. If we open and we make it all the way back to the 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame, I do believe we could get probably a rejection to come back down again. I think we're going to be coming down before we go up with New York today. But we do have some nice wicks on the 1 hour. We'll wait and see how this 5-minute candle closes. So we're going to come in here and do some cleanup work before we take any trades. We have the 4-hour bounce points from last week. Took care of those pretty well, actually. If we melt back off to the 200 EMA, that would be an area of interest again for a reversal for a Monday. I'm not sure we're going to continue selling off. The fact that we've sold off all day and we have not retested the daily open during London tells me we'll probably retest that today. We do have imbalances up at 790 level. I think we could get that push. I'm just going to unlock this, kind of adjust this here, and that also follows in range with the range daily high. So I'm going to move this little box that I'm trading into. We traded into it on Friday. We're We're not open at the 8 o'clock. We do have a micro W structure kind of starting to form here on the 15-second, but I don't really like to take trades this early in the Brinks. Be interesting to see if they start coming down. We'll most likely work down towards this 800 EMA. I'm gonna take a little time out while we're waiting for this price to kind of find itself. I was late getting my coffee, so coffee time. All right, NASDAQ getting a nice little push here on the 5, coming back to 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. This new 1-hour candle. I still think we're gonna flip down. I was watching this point yesterday. 50 EMA on the 1-hour. 50 EMA is catching up to price. All right, we got a green vector on the 5. We have imbalances all the way up to 497 that are close by. I feel like we need a wick into here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wait and hold all of my positions until New York opens, because I really feel like we're gonna get a wick push down into this area before we do anything. So that 800 EMA is now at 437, 438 on the 5 minute. All right, so here's the kind of that rejection that we were looking for. A pullback. Kind of like a finger roll, it rolled over on the 15 second. We'll see. I'm very tempted to try taking a short here. Coming back and retesting this like little level here on the 1 minute where we previously accumulated at. So let's see. This might have been a stop hunt above the box. Like this. So we had a nice little, accumulation time. And then they break higher, hit the EMA, try to take out the London session VWAP. And now we might just break lower. And if we break lower, we'll probably come at least all the way back here to 470. Looks like for right now, it's actually holding this box. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to take a sell here. It's usually a little bit earlier than what I should be trading. This is definitely the pre-market. I'm gonna set a tight stop here at 488, just in case I'm wrong. We should be able to come back to this 470. And actually, most likely, if they take the 470, they will continue to break the bottom. So I'm actually gonna just anticipate them coming down here to the bottom. If we can't hold this 50 EMA on the 1 minute. Kind of came down and spiked into it, filled the green vector that was left. Check it on the 5 minute. Yep, we want to see it come down. A red vector would be great. I don't know if there's enough momentum to see with this one. Going to note the 5-minute closed. They took back most of this. We'll see. If I went break even right now, I'd probably just take my stop out. And I'm still anticipating further move down, so we're going to wait for the moment. We still have a lot of liquidity down here from Friday. I'm gonna look for my take profit somewhere in the 440s. I keep seeing that number and I really like that number. $440.5 is what I have it set at. So basically what this does is, so I'm in a short. I've said that I did a buy one stop. So if it goes this high, I'm buying my short back at a loss. And then down here, I put down also down that I'm buying, but it's a buy one limit. Therefore, the limit is telling you that that's the price. If you sell here, you want to buy it back here. So this is profitable. So we're kind of just hanging out at the bottom of this box right now. See this box that we accumulated from earlier. Still waiting to see if we can roll down and fail this 50 EMA. Unfortunately, my entry is like right there at the 50, which is not ideal. We have a wick bottom on the 1. We're starting to get a push up here. My price point is sitting right at the 200 EMA, so I'm just going to kind of move it up in case they wick back into this area. Okay, so we have this nice wick up and then push down on the 15-second. I'm actually going to move my stop to the top of that wick. If they come back to this wick, then they're most likely going to come up back to the VWAP on for the London session, take out this mess of imbalances that they left earlier. Oh, we are getting wicky. We may not survive this. Definitely going to keep tight stops. Somebody decided that they wanted to buy here. And that's okay. The goal is not to be right 100% of the time. The goal is just to take home a paycheck. Rule of success: never give up and keep on trading. Looks like everybody's keeping up with the rate cuts in September. Beware September, history's worst month for US stocks begins with an August slump. All right, so we got stopped out. No big deal. Said I wasn't really interested in trading this pre-market anyway. So we're down $50 on the day. No biggie. So since we actually, it looks like we found support below this box on the 1 minute. Nope, there's the sell-off. Ugh, told you I was probably gonna get wicked out. All right, now we have red vectors coming into play, so this is gonna be spicy. I'm gonna wait until New York Open is here. Let's check this on the 15-minute, since we do have a new 15-minute candle. I can actually remove this box that we've been working in. Oh yeah, I definitely think we're coming down here to that 440 range. And before I forget, let me just remove my buy one. Yeah, we are gonna just kind of sit this one out here for a little bit. This might be one of those days that New York needs to find their feet. You got a gap here on the 15-second. They're very gappy. Yeah. That's actually my short entry. I have to come back and fill this gap. Got a gap to like 485. 5 minute. We had a green vector on the 5. We have not tagged the 800 EMA yet. We are gapping on the 1. Oh, 470 is inevitable. We are taking out 470 for sure. Just kind of based on how it's acting, I'm anticipating a pullback on New York Open. Nice 15-second wick to the upside. They're really tagging the 200 EMA. If I make this a little bit bigger, you can see that we actually have the bid and ask lines moving, this red, the red and the blue. They're not too far set apart, but the tighter they are, the more consistent the market is. Right now they're just pushing. They're just picking up orders. You cannot really see it. You can kind of see them working this order book right here. But there's nothing substantial. Let's check it on the 5 and see what kind of actual daily bias we have. So they've really just been selling it off all night. There's not a lot of volume. Most of our volume is actually down here for the day. So the fact that we're so light on top will probably a spike down and then a pretty quick reverse. I'm anticipating we take out the, most likely take out the daily high. And if you zoom out, this is using Heikinashi candles, so it does look a little bit different. If you zoom out, we kind of look like we've just been in this like downtrend. Now we're starting to pick up like a W formation. It's definitely interesting to watch. It's just hovering around my entry point. There we go. I had to get the little order lines out of the way. Take a look at it and see if it looks any different on a normal candlestick chart. Not really. Can't say it's any cleaner either way. $15-minute. These are fair value gaps basically in the chart. That's what these gold lines are. Like here we previously couldn't really get through this one, so we hit it and then we came back down again. Hit it a second time, came down. I mean, what's the chance of us going through it the third time? I don't know. I don't like that we don't have a manipulation candle lower. So I'm really anticipating hitting that 440. Move it up a little bit, 443. I think we will tag this though. It's a 15-minute 200 EMA. I put it back on the 5. Yeah, the 800 EMA is sitting right there. Again, we're sitting short for the time being, even though we do have imbalances up here. I'm really looking for them to take out this previous low. So we're basically getting about a 20 tick push, green vector on the 1. So notice how they came back to the London session VWAP. We're going to kind of see what they do with that. This could be your 925 liquidity injection. 925, 825. I guess it depends where you are in the world. There's usually one about 5 minutes before New York open. Now this could be a green vector on the 5. So we're actually going to switch to the 5-minute time frame. We're still only sitting at about 22 ticks off the entry. All right, so now we have a blue vector on the 5-minute, but we still have 3 minutes to go. Sitting right about 20 ticks. For me to stay in this short position, even possibly on a New York open, it's got to close below the 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. So basically we want this 5-minute candle to close below the 49125. Okay, so now instead of blue, it is green. They are quickly grabbing that liquidity upside. It's all very wicky though. Very wicky. Let's look at it on the 15-second. They're definitely getting moody. So here we are, we're sitting about $200 in drawdown, which is about 40 ticks on NASDAQ with one contract. Looking for a pullback. And actually switch this to the 1-minute time frame. We have 2 minutes until open. And this is either a push out to continue higher for the day, or this is a stop hunt pre-market before we do that flash crash kind of thing. We're right about where I like to cut my losses. I usually don't try to take losses more than about $250, but it changes when we get closer to the higher volatility, because a lot of times, you know, I might be down $250 in 1 minute, and then the next minute I might only be down like $50. So the fact that it ranges so much is what keeps me on my toes. This is our last minute before New York open. Let's see, if they don't just push straight out and run it, where can we anticipate a rejection? Probably at the silo, which is also lining up with this 800 EMA. So we're going to kind of watch this area right here. This might be like a quick spike, take back some of this liquidity, and then maybe come down. I don't know. I'll be the tester for us. All right, we have New York open. Kind of missed that for a second. There's that spike to the 800 that we were talking about. It looks like they're going to keep running. Let's give it a second. They might have taken all that they needed to for this trade, for this area of imbalance. Really? No rollover, Nazi? They did open this with no wick to the bottom. Oh, tiny little wick to the bottom. So that's that spike that we were talking about, them kind of taking back some liquidity. I'd like to see them roll over here and actually break this previous low, but we're working into the wick. That was a fast work into the wick. Rejection. Right about there. See if we can just melt off here. Looking for a fast melt. I am going to put a buy stop in. We are breaking the lows. Let's see if we can tackle that 440. Come on, NASDAQ. We did break the low, so I do have to be careful here. Don't tag me out yet. Come on. We'll see if they just come right back up again. Was that my entry to go long? Are they not going to take out this 5 minute? We're just going to lock in about $50 profit there in case it does decide to sweep and not take out the lows again. We're really watching this 462, which is about right there. It almost wicked me out. I'm leaving my stop there though. We're currently up about 300, 350. I really anticipate them to flush this further. We do have a violet vector on the 1 minute, so things could be changing a bit. I'm not quite ready to go long on this market though. Oh my goodness. This 5 minute could just continue flushing. We're breaking that 6.2. I'm actually going to trail my stop down a little bit in case they tag that 800 really quick. Made it down to 488. We have this Asian high session right here on 420. Oh, we have another violet vector. Okay. Are we done, NASDAQ? Is that all you're going to give me? Nah. I am going to trail this a little bit though. There you go. Let's see if it can melt off again. New 1 minute candle. Coming up, this is the end of this 5 minute candle. They almost tagged that 800 EMA. 15 minute time frame. This might be where we go long. Ooh, it almost tagged me out. I think we're just going to take the 500. I probably should have let it ride, but all right. So that means that we are up on this account. We're actually just going to kind of flop over, take a different account. I'm actually going to buy this market here. Stops at the daily low. I really like the price behavior on this one. We came close enough to that EMA that I think we're okay. I could start sweeping it lower again. This looks strong though. Coming back, notice this is all manipulation. So we had a stop hunt to the upside, drop, pick up orders during New York Open, and now we're waiting to see if we take back this red vector on the one. So if we can take back out the high again, I feel really good about longs today. In fact, I'm going to put a break-even stop on this one. I'm going to switch accounts again. We're actually going to go ahead and buy this market with a stop below. See if this was a very smart thing to do or not. The other account. What was my entry? 470. There we go. We'll see. We're kind of getting stuck here at the 200 EMA again. So I'm red on one account and green on the other. This looks good. This one, not so much. I'm actually going to move my stop to the bottom of this wick. That way I'm limiting my damage to myself in case it wants to go. Starting to get kind of trapped here a little bit. Let's wait and see. I don't really want them to start breaking down lower. So this one is covered. The other one, it has a stop. See if NASDAQ can find some legs, huh? Are we feeling leggy today? Feel like making a run? That was a really nice liquidity sweep lower. You could even use the box theory here, really. Right? We had a box. They broke lower, took back as much as they could. They've now taken back all the imbalances on the one. I'm actually going to move my stops to break even just so I'm not giving anything back. That one might get tagged out. So on both accounts, we're currently sitting up about $700. This one's not even in a trade yet. It's okay. So this is actually like one of those, you could use the 15-minute ORB strategy on this as well, just as a confluence. Oh yeah, look at that 15-minute candle. It's beautiful. Came down almost half the 200. So close. I wanted that 440 and they went to 443. And look, I left an order open. Let's just take that one off. We're up 1,000 on these two accounts at the moment. I really want to see them re-break this high. Is this a rejection? Our first position got stopped out. Let's see if this one will hold. I'm starting to wonder if we're not going to have a day kind of like we did on Tuesday. put this on the 1 minute so I can kind of draw this out. If we do something like this all day, and then we finally get a spike to go higher, we might do something more like this today. Yeah, we might just take profit on this one. Kind of late. I'm gonna let it sit there. We might get tagged out. Who cares? This looks like it wants to come down off the 200. Or it just wants to make a freaking liar out of me. That's okay too. I'm good with this because all I'm trying to do right now is get back in the swing for the week. I had 2 days off. Now I really gotta take into consideration the fact that it's Monday. So we're up 535 on the other account for the day. This one we just got tagged out. It's up 220 for the day. Is this a micro W structure? This is an account I have not traded yet today. I'm liking this because I know exactly where I want to put my stop at. That should be below this range. It's looking like a W formation. We already had the break to the downside. We know we have plenty of liquidity upside to take. Now it's just, am I too early? That's what it boils down to. We're sitting at the VWAP. So I actually run a lot of ATMs, which is an automated trading. I don't actually know what the ATM is for, so we're going to call it an automated trading mechanism. I have several of them. Trying to see about how many ticks we're getting right now because this, ooh, all right, we're out of this. That's the kind of thing I don't want to see. So let's just see if maybe we get some kind of, if they're still going to build pressure. So we're looking for something like this. Come back, re-break the lows again, come back up, re-break the lows again, maybe a third time with a push up, something along these lines. But they could stop here. I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be back. All right, we are back. Okay, so now we're getting interesting double bottom here. I would have liked to see this leg break lower, but we have another micro W here on the 15-second. Kind of coming back to see. I think we're actually going to break higher. But I'm waiting to see exactly what it decides to do. We're going to use an automated stop. Don't really have anything lower. Yeah, we're gonna take this stop. I'm gonna put my stop below the previous. This is a completely automated trail feature that I have on. It may not trail, it might actually just go to break even. We're gonna wait and see. This automatically targets 400 ticks, which puts me at 541. See if we can make it out of here. We're looking like we may not make it out of here. Got a pretty wide stop. One, two. That was the third time that they hit that price point. Handling some text messages. Oh, there we go. My auto feature got hit. Dang it. Okay, I don't like the auto feature because I would have been correct on this trade. We're gonna buy this. We're gonna buy this. And I am gonna trail this manually myself. Again, looking for a break above this high. Previously, 550 seems to be like a target area. I don't want this to come back down, so we're going to keep this kind of tight here on the stop. Moving stops to break even. I'm expecting a push to the 550 level. See if we can break. If we break the high here, then we'll be sitting pretty good. We're up about 30 ticks. We're at the SI low. This is now the second time. Well, third time, technically. We had our first, second. Now this is our third. We should push through it, but we may not. So if we fail, we're covered because we're at a break-even stop. Let's see if we can break above. I'm going to move my stops to the bottom of that wick right here. Kind of retesting New York session high. We have 2 minutes to close, unless we get manually closed. This looks very bullish, behavior-wise. I just really want to see them take out this high. And they just barely tapped it just now. We're going to close. I think this is going to continue up, but might as well take money off the table. So we're currently up $1,100 across all accounts, or across those accounts total for the day. It's really kind of interesting to see. Let's see if they come back and retest this previous 15-minute candle high. If we put it on the 1 again, let's see. We made a W off of really tempted to take a buy. I don't know. That long wick on the 1 makes me a little nervous. I'm just gonna wait because it's Monday, and I'd rather be green on a Monday. If we don't get a really good direction, I'm probably gonna stop trading for the day. It's definitely trying to get some upside. It's like maybe it's coming right back down again. The only reason I don't consider that a stop hunt is we have no green vectors on the way up. See how here we had a nice collection of green vectors on the 1 minute, stopping volume, and then it came up and then ripped lower on open. That's your ideal stop hunt. So the fact that we're only getting reds, they'll probably fill this wick and continue higher. But that wick just makes me nervous. I'd rather get a really nice pullback, maybe even all the way to the 50 EMA before I get in on the 1 minute. Definitely looks like we're holding, coming back into this wick. Kind of see what it does here. Got a couple little volume spikes here, here. This one was a little bit lower. Probably this push out here, here. Not really seeing any up here. Any large orders popping through. We could definitely go up. What are you doing, NASDAQ? Okay, we've now taken out the wick, taken out the high of the session. Usually once you start breaking the highs, you're going to continue breaking the highs. So shorting this would not be ideal. If you're in shorts, you should definitely consider not trading today. Unless you're on the 15-second time frame taking scalps. We're going to come back up here to this 551 area, 550 at least. Take out these previous imbalances to the left from here. We're so close. I'd be shocked if we don't. Waiting to see if I get a deeper pullback on the 15-second or if that's all that they're going to give me. I missed it. I was going to try and long this real quick for a 40 tick scalp, but it just did not give me the entry that I wanted. Even that little micro pullback now on the 15-second wasn't what I wanted. So we'll wait for a cleaner setup. Anybody still holding longs from the low should be targeting the daily open. Kind of wishing I would have held some about now. We're actually going to take a stab at this long. We're only looking for 40 ticks. $553. We're actually just going to take it at 550 because that's what I can see. I don't see 553. I see 550. So we're not going to quite get 40 ticks out of it. I don't know, 565 could be on the cards. We'll target 550 first. See if we can get a push to 550. 200, 300, 350, 390. That was dirty. I'm cutting out. It literally wicked me and did not take my entry. When it does that, now if that was my stop, it would come back for it. But if it's my take profit, they're not going to do that. So we only got about $100 out of that trade just now. Yeah, there we go, 554. Yeah, they are going to go to the daily open. And yeah, how do you get in on this? Like, it's just not giving me an entry. You know, buy the top, sell the top, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Does not look good. See how far we're gonna melt off here if I get another entry. I'm gonna try this one more time. See if we can get 40 ticks. Just go back right into that wick. This previous high. I think we can actually get more out of it. So I'm gonna target this 64. Yeah, we might roll deeper before we come back up again. We are a bit of a ways from the New York VWAP. I don't see a green vector or a violet vector telling me that this is probably the top of like a reversal though. But that doesn't look nice. What do we look like on the 5? Did I miss something on the 5? 5, we had a blue vector. I still like that 64. Yeah, the 64 goes all the way to a 66. Definitely getting wicky. This should push out. Come on, NASDAQ. Go hit it. Yep, break it higher. Keep going. Take the 64. You can go all the way to the 66. Come on. Don't get stuck. We're at 500. 400. 3. 5. It's going too fast. See if I can get it. Okay, let's see if we can get that push to that 64. Come on. I don't really want it to go below there. Okay, so we wick that area. Come on. New 15-minute candle. Don't do that. Flip. There you go. Drive. Flip. Nope. What are we doing? Hit the 64. Come on. Just go get it. Being dirty. Oh my gosh. How hard is it just to go and tap that 64? Just go do it. Mama wants a new pair of shoes, Nazi. Oh, it just keeps wicking. Wicking, wicking, wicking. Come on. Okay, we're going to move this back to the 1 real quick. Come on. There's 60. Come on. 64. You're almost there. Oh my god. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. Take it. Take it. Take it like a man. Be a man, Nasdaq. Oh, melting. I'm getting out of that. Oh, okay. Ugh. See what I got out? But it came all the way back to my entry. Below my entry. Ooh, now we have a red vector on the one. That is juicy. Back into that previous. I have to be careful that this doesn't just continue to work its way down. We're going to target that 64 again. We'll watch it. We'll see. That was either a red vector is the first sign of it's going to come back down to the VWAP, which I don't want to be in that kind of a trade. We'll see. 15 second. We got some wicks. Wicks. Keep wicking. It has not taken that 64 level that I was looking for it to take, so I would love it if it would go take that now. Staying in a pretty tight range. It basically came back to this previous box that we were working in, but we broke higher from it. So I don't really consider this a little mini M structure, but I would like to see this shift out. I don't want it to break down here. So that's what I'm watching for. We start breaking lower, I'm to cut it. Coming back, it keeps wicking back up again. Okay, there's a 13 EMA on the 1 minute. And we don't really want to give back too much. Is that it? You done, Nasdaq? I'm gonna give it another 15-second candle. I'll kind of see what it does here. Sitting right at that one. Come on. It should hit this about $1,000 take profit. There is that red vector above as well. It can take that one back now. But we know we have it at 640. Or, sorry, at 564. And watch the 15-second in case it does fail. Because it could still fail. Want to see it hold this area. Kind of flip and drive would be great, but not this direction. Yeah, see, now we're we're coming back down here to the bottom of this box where they had wicked it previously. Isn't that crazy? Just comes right back up. So buyer stepped in at the lower point. I want to see if it'll hold this. Oh, I clicked off. That previous wick is what I'm kind of watching right now. This is definitely getting kind of choppy. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to get caught in. Okay, well, we're just going to take a little loss here. Yeah, okay, we've got red vectors coming in on the one. We're going to see if it holds here to flip up and take that red vector or not. I'm putting a stop in place because I don't want to tolerate this crap. That was way too deep of a pullback considering the size that I'm using right now. So I have 3 lots on. That's $15 a tick, but now we have a green vector on the one. Yeah, this may not be a good idea. I might just have to get out of this. I don't know what's going on. 921. What's going on? Trump talking? You don't have new home sales was at 9. How do I look this up? I feel like I have it on YouTube. Yes, I am watching this trade. It looks like that was a liquidity sweep lower. I would expect them to go higher into those wicks again before they come down, but I don't see anything. I think NASDAQ just wants a change in music. It looks like we're maybe slowly working our way down. Should just be a retrace. I mean, we have a red green off the 50, but I feel like they're going to come back for this green at some point. I would just rather them go to my take profit before they do that. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? So they worked into this wick, they refilled this wick. Came back to my entry. Pulled back a tick. I would think we're at least going to take 555. There is a gap up there. But then you have the question of when. Notice they had a gap there. They've now filled the gap that was here because they went down first. Like right there was a gap, and they filled the gap. I love how they pinned my entry. Like, really? This is a 4. That's pretty dang close to 550 if you like round numbers. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna see. If this thing wicks it again to reverse, I'm just gonna cut it. Oops. I did not mean to move that there. Probably should have. Snow bottom wick on this 1 minute. Now there is. That just made one. Okay, so we're right back in the same area where they consolidated from last time. Basically like right here. Something about this 535 level. I don't know what it is. And then we're off to the races, really? All I want is this 564. Could I get more out of it? Probably. Probably. There you go. Okay, so we busted to the upside. We haven't taken back this 1 minute vector yet. We did not. On here, we almost did. 555. Oops. We're gonna move this up. I don't want it to get tapped, but just to be safe. And we're tapped out. Ugh. I think that's it for me. I've got a couple other things I need to do today. And we're starting to get kind of stagnant here, and let's look on the 5. So they did come back and take this back. Yeah, this should still be longs. Yeah, this should still be longs, but some kind of a pullback maybe? I don't know. A retrace. Either way, I'm not feeling 100% that this is the setup I want to be taking. If I had held my longs, I would have been done for the day. I think I'm just going to have to take it for what it is. Anybody wanting to know what indicators I'm using, I'm actually going to add them in the chat. There, I added a link to my trading view copy for anybody curious about getting a hold of this. I'll also go back and add it to, I'll see if I can edit the video and add it to the link in my chat and the information. Good deal. We survived another day of trading.